Global Tel Link.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm here with Olga.
Okay, let's try to make this in one phone call because I'm still trying to get a hold of my dad. But yeah, you got my message about the attorney and everything.
Yeah, Booberly brought up a good point. Like, why are you going to go for a misdemeanor when she said that when she's going to say that she made it all up?
So the Commonwealth, the attorney said I could potentially, it could get dismissed if she didn't show up to court. It's possible they would dismiss it. It's also possible they continue it and put a show cause out for her, which would basically be a warrant, and that it could, possibly get continued. This is probably the best, quickest resolution is to just take the misdemeanor plea, and then that would set me up to go to Norfolk, get transferred to Norfolk, and then hopefully by the 9th of February, that case gets wrapped up.
It'll always be on your record, though, Charles.
I mean, I've got a felony on my record, so it's not as bad as that. But I'm fighting some serious stuff. I don't want to play around with the Commonwealth, And also, I don't particularly want to put her through going to court and potentially taking a charge and having to testify. I mean, it's just too risky, So I feel like for my situation, this is because they're talking about trying to get me out of here by next week.
Well, she left a text message this morning when I woke up, and then she called, but I didn't hear the phone, and I couldn't call her back. So I haven't talked to her yet. I was going to call her after you. But I was curious what you guys spoke about regarding me and Olga.
So she asked for your numbers, and
how did that come up?
So we were kind of talking about internet people and the internet drama and all that kind of stuff, and she realized that she was talking to bad actors and everything. And so anyways, long story short, I explained to her that I was still in touch with you guys through the tablet. You guys have been talking to me on the phone and stuff, and I explained to her that you guys were real hurt by her betrayal and
well, she accused us of every type of psychological torture known to man to keep her under control. These are her words. So
I know.
And I don't.
All of it to me.
Olga and I don't want to like bury her or anything. We want to have a conversation, right? But there's just so much that she's said. So I'm curious to know if she said anything to you, like she made it up.
I mean, yeah, she realizes, at least now, that there's no co-conspirators and that, she shouldn't have trusted the people that she did trust. And
did she tell you? Did she tell you who those people were? I think we all have a right to know.
She said it was a lady from Canada named Sarah. She claims she wasn't talking to Brandon Q. And I haven't directly asked her if she's talking to Hitman or Tones. But I don't know. That's what she said. All right, well, all that considering,
right.
I have to get a hold of my dad at some point between tonight and tomorrow. Marissa's basically in a situation where there's a few days where I'm asking for your guys' support here to, not try to talk my dad out of it. I don't think he's going to go for it. It's a long shot, but I'm trying to see if I can get Marissa maybe into my dad's place for a couple of days till her general relief check comes, and then maybe she can get another motel, or she can stay. Maybe she can set up a shelter or something. It's hard for her to do anything out there on the ocean front with no car, and it's supposed to snow this weekend. I really don't want a situation where she goes crazy and she's out on the street all by herself.
Your dad and your brother, Marissa has created issues in that home. They live together, and Andrew's not going to pay rent if she comes over. I was on the phone when they were arguing, and for her to come into that, I understand what you're doing because you feel like you need. I don't know why you feel like you need to help her. I understand because you want to get out, but that's putting your brother and your father against the wall.
I get that, but now she's doing everything she can to get me out. She talked to the attorney and the.
You have 1 minute remaining.
She talked to the attorney and the Commonwealth today, and then they came at me with the misdemeanor plea deal. So I'm hoping Norfolk goes the same way.
Yeah.
But listen, the phone line is real busy tonight. I'm going to try to get home with my dad. I'll try to check the tablet later tonight. And yeah, if you guys do speak to my dad, just don't,
Yeah, I don't speak to him. Maybe we can have a call tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll know more. We'll let you know what Marissa says. All right, Charles.
Reach out to Marissa at some point tonight too.
We will.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Have a good night, Charles.
Okay, I will. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Well, I mean, at least we got confirmation from him, that there were no conspirators.
Yep.
Like, why would she make all that up?
I know. It's like, it's never going to, I don't think you and I are ever going to be able to make sense of it. I think it comes with the brain of a drug addict, their brains get holes in it. They shrink, like their whole structure of the brain changes, it's not healthy. So you think, look at the schizophrenics. They actually they think there's a demon in front of them, and then they end up mutilating their lover. You just don't know how far the brain could be altered by drugs and psychosis and mental illness, and God knows what it is that she has. She obviously is sick,
Yes, and honestly, I would hate I don't think Marissa, any woman, is safe on the streets. That's when women get raped, do tricks,
especially
and
the snow's coming, you said, or something, right?
yeah, that doesn't mean I'm going to pay for it, but it's not like I'm sitting there going, oh, she needs to learn a lesson and be on the street. No, I know other people think that.
Can't save the world, and this is something like she needs to go to a shelter. Like, it's not fair or reasonable to ask people that you have lied to, scammed from, manipulated, trashed, to ask them to come rescue you. That's why you don't burn bridges. That's why you make better choices. That's why you don't do drugs. That's why you make more responsible decisions. Like, why would you come all the way back to Virginia with just enough money for a week in a hotel? That's not responsible.
Maybe she went to the hospital the first night because she didn't have any money or anywhere to go. And she needed a warm place to stay until she hooked up with Charles's dad or something. If it were me, I'd go to the hospital and say, I'm dying, I'm in pain. So they would admit me and I'd have an 8-hour place to stay.
Yeah.
Instead of being on the street. I think Charles's dad will probably give in and let her stay there. I just do.
I do too. And I feel like it's going to upset the relationship between the dad and Andrew. That just is bringing more havoc, again.
And then we'll be called. Marissa will do her duty, apologize, and then Charles will say, can you please help me get Marissa in a place for a couple days so I can please get out of jail? And then we'll be left in a position like, I don't know.
I don't want that to happen. Oh my God. Oh my God. I almost feel sick to call her now. Ugh.
Well, but at least we'll get it over with. I don't want to talk to her either, but I want to get it over with. We can do it together.
Oh my God.
Watch her not even answer. If she doesn't answer, she'll call back though.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Are you ready?
Hold on. Let me put this one on quiet. Okay. Alrighty. Oh man. Okay. There we go.
Oh God.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
Okay.
Oh, well, I knew that would happen. I think she's desperate. Charles said it's probably typing to her and talking to her and saying, I'm going to call my dad. I'll call you right after I talk to my dad. So Marissa is going to probably call you back in the next half hour. I would text her and say, hey, I just tried to call you. Call me back as soon as you can. And then we'll just wait.
Okay. Let's see here.
I actually feel worn out today. My stomach actually hurt today thinking about.
Yeah, that's a hard one to hold on. Wait. Hey, I just tried to call you. Please call me back when you get a free moment. Is that okay?
I would say, yeah, I would say call back tonight.
Okay. Call me back tonight. Okay, that's delivered. Oh, here she is. Here she is.
Okay.
Let me see. Marissa?
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me okay?
I can. I've been speaking with Olga, so I'm talking to Olga right now, and I thought, how about if we just have a three-way call?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm talking to her right now. So Olga, Marissa's on the phone.
Hi, Marissa. You sound better.
Hey, yeah, I'm doing a lot better. I'm so sorry for everything. Like to both of you, truly from the bottom of my heart, like this has been a crazy experience, and I'm so sorry. I was really a selfish, like crazy, immature jerk, and I really acted like crazy, and so I just totally apologize to you guys. You guys did nothing but try to like support me and Charles, and I was listening to like negative outside influences, and I just got really spun out in fear, honestly, and I got really scared. And I'm been trying to make it right with Charles. I'm doing everything possible on my end to fix this, because at the end of the day, like I do realize like what I've been humbled beyond belief, and like I do realize what matters in this world is like love and family. And honestly, like nothing was like I just can't stop thinking about Charles, because I love him, and I think you guys know that. So, and I'm so sorry, and I really want to like thank you guys for being there for him while I lost my mind. So,
but Marissa, so like for the last 7 months, you've been, I think, accusing all of us of like psychological torture known to man to keep you under control and insane. And where did that come from? Because I have loved you for very deeply for a long time. And I always supported you, whatever it was that you wanted to do, whether you wanted to leave him or you wanted to stay. I was no flying monkey. I was no co-conspirator. I just can't control you, and I don't ever want to control you. But you have, and then you went on these streams where you were very, very consistent with saying, rape, strangulation, all kinds of things. But why would you go back? Why would you go back to that?
So honestly, like, I think I made a lot of serious mistakes. You know, the drug use, I was not well. You know, I was just I have gotten completely and totally off of all substances, including psych meds. And I didn't realize, you know, one of the meds that I was put on when I was 13 years old was really affecting my thinking. You know, and I had no idea, and I just didn't have that awareness, and so I really apologize, but it was making me paranoid, and also I was listening to other people. I was really influenced by other people, and it was a huge mistake.
The last time I texted you, it was regarding somebody who you spoke to 7 hours a day. She was the lady. I want to know who that was. And I said that in your thing, like, don't even talk to me unless you tell me who that is. Because I wanted to know who that person was, because that person obviously was not good.
I understand that now, and I can see that clearly now.
Who is that person?
Some woman named Sarah from Canada.
Sarah
and
who?
She walked me. She didn't give me a last name. She walked me through, like, honestly, the whole process of, like, in Norfolk. Like, she was the one telling me that, and I was just listening. I don't know why I just didn't trust the, like, I lost my mind, you know, and I'm really sorry to both of you. I truly, like, in just the damage that it was.
Did she sound like an older woman, like 50, 60?
Yes. She, what? Oh, so it was Katarina was like the real, you know, but then she went under a name Violet or something. So I don't talk to anybody from social media anymore. I've only been talking to the lawyers here in, you know, so I don't know. You know, there are, whatchamacallit. What was I going to say? Oh, my, I've been getting ominous, like, emails on saying, stay where you are. Why are you letting people control you? You don't go back, and don't, if you go to the East Coast, like, threatening emails, like, you know, basically threatening to this and that, etc. 24/7. I don't care anymore. I don't have time.
Who threatened you to leave Virginia in the first place? Because that's another thing that you had said many times on your stream. That
yes. So yeah, I mean, the whole thing is just, like, I don't want to point fingers anymore, etc. So, what ended up happening was that, you know, like, and this could have just been me totally tripping out, but, basically, you know, Katie, my like, Ricky's sister.
Yes.
Okay, so Katie was not doing well, and I had gotten a job. This is after Charles had gone to jail, and I was trying to stay clean, do the right thing, and I was working at the pet sitting company in that Katarina or Sarah from Canada, whatever, was just, like, totally just like telling me what to do, telling me to do this. She stayed on the phone with me throughout the whole entire, like, rape kit situation. She literally was, like, telling me exactly what to do. But what happened was, so when Andrew had posted the address online or whatever, then Katie texted me, and Katie sent me this, like, really, it was like a lunatic text that didn't really make any sense. And then I was like, I'm going to put it in a gematria, like, whatever, decoder. And that's what I did. And so then, and it said, you need to leave the Virginia immediately, like, or kill yourself. And then, I know this sounds really out there, but I'm just telling you exactly what happened. And then Brandon Q was DMing me, telling me to kill myself. Like, and so shit got really scary. You know, it just got really out there. It got really trippy. And basically I ended up so then my Apple accounts all got hacked, etc. from there. And so then I ended up, like, attempting to take my life. And then I woke up like 24 hours later. And I had my neck, it's like a pinched nerve, but I had been knocked out for like 24 hours, and I woke up, and I'm so grateful that I'm alive, but I was terrified at that point, because I'm like, okay, I like, this is wild. Like, this is so much. So I ended up just leaving. I was like, obviously, I thought I couldn't, because I was like, if they're, messing with IPT is messing with Katie now, I was like, I got to protect, and so I was planning to stay and try to fix things with Charles, but I was just too strung out, and I couldn't keep it together, and shit just got weird. And then, my, where I lived, the house where I was living at, somebody stamped on the door, on the the mailbox, and it said "debearded." Okay. And if you look into that word, that's pretty scary. So I had to go. I had to go, and also, like, I figured, Charles would say all the time, he's not going to get clean unless he goes to jail, etc. It was just, this is like a big omen. So, like, and I'm so grateful that he's had wonderful women like you to really be there for him while I've kind of got my shit together. But I was terrified
I mean, you did get yourself in a perfect place, which I had such high hopes for when you were living with Michelle, and I was so sad that you left there.
This is a very important question. Were you talking to some dude? Was some dude harassing you at that facility? Brandon,
Michelle's.
No, so I haven't talked to Brandon. He's tried to get in contact with me, and like, he actually said he was sorry about everything. But that's the last time I spoke to Brandon Q.
He's a pedo. I would not surround yourself with pieces of shit people.
Because somebody said that Michelle said that there was a man harassing you there.
I mean, there was just this, it was like a creeper, but it wasn't, he wasn't like harassing me.
Who was it?
So I'm trying to remember his name.
Was he from online?
No. So he had just gotten out of prison. So,
okay.
Never mind. Yeah. Well, one other very important question. In the last 8 months, have you talked to?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
I literally not talked to anybody, but I've gotten a lot of threats about coming to do the, like, I've been coming to, like, I want to fix things here, and like, I've gotten a lot of threats telling me to stay away and not to go return to Charles, and not.
How are they still contacting you?
So somebody has my Apple account right now, and somebody keeps on, and it's called IRL Zone is the email that they're using, IRL Zone, and they're emailing me from this IRL Zone.
That's an IP2.
Okay, all right. So, and that's what they're emailing me, and so then I'll go to my Apple. To be honest, like, my crazy shit happened, but so I ended up like just trying like to use this kind of a different Android phone for right now. I have like a track phone, but I can still access my iCloud. And every time I go to my iCloud emails, this IRL Zone is unblocked, and I've blocked them like 20 times. So it's like they keep hacking my accounts.
Where's your iPhone? Where's your iPhone?
Long gone. It got stolen. It's a long story, but I kind of left it like behind, basically back in California. But it's a long story, but it's like, it's been a nightmare.
What about you? What about you and Ani? Are you guys not friends anymore?
I don't talk to Ani anymore. No.
I'm sorry to hear that. I know that she was your best friend.
I love her and I care about her, but I don't have anybody's phone numbers anymore because of my iPhone. So I have no way to get a hold of anybody.
You can Google her name.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, this is a very important question.
Yeah.
Did you walk into the police department and tell the police at any point that you were sleeping with a detective that was handling your case?
What?
Okay. Yeah,
Wait,
there's all kinds of stories.
This is a trip.
And he got fired.
Okay, that's insane. I don't know who's saying that now, but it's like at the end, none of that is insanity at its finest.
Okay.
I mean, this is why I'm saying on the internet, because these people are whoever these people are that are just on one. What they want to do is they really want me to not help Charles for whatever reason. These people are really against me and Charles getting back together for whatever reason, and I'm just over it. I don't care. I know my heart. Like I know, like out of everything that I went through, like what Charles and I have is 110% real, and it just took me a lot to realize that. That's why I kind of I was like, I had a chance to go back to school, etc. But it's like none of it makes sense if he's not in my life. It just.
But you also called him, a narcissistic psychopath. You accused him of those charges and stealing your money. So, in that, you probably have these people after you because you were pretty consistent for 7 months.
But those people are still psychopaths. We've had a couple of them.
Yeah. You have to be so careful, Marissa. Even more careful than what I have told you to be. Even they come through the creaks and the cracks.
I know. And so I haven't, like, as much as people have been telling me to sit, like, I haven't been talking. That's why I'm afraid to talk. Honestly, guys, that's why I'm afraid to talk to anybody. I don't know who to trust.
Nobody.
You trust right.
You trust no one on the internet. It's been so effing crazy, and Charles doesn't fill us in perfectly, and it's just been so confusing. But I just want you to like, I wasn't around when you and Charles first met. When you were talking about co-conspirators and stuff, I would like to think you were talking about other people, not me and Kale. Like,
no. I just, and then it's, of course, I was just really confused for a minute because I had the whole entire, like, everybody else's opinions in my ear, and it just got ridiculous and out of control. I knew that it took me, hindsight's always 20/20, and it took me a while of, like, being completely, like, clean and sober, and also, getting off all these terrible, I hate to say it, psych meds that I was put on as a kid, and going back to this baseline of like,
well, that's
insanity.
the thing with psych meds. It's like, I know you had a doctor who you would, he would refill your stuff over online, but you need to have a real psychologist or psychiatrist where you go into their office once a month, you check in, and they manage your medication. I've always said that to you, and whoever was filling your scripts was a quack, because that obviously that altered your brain.
I totally, I know. And I was not, well, and then, I think the people who were trying to harm me really took advantage of that. And, as far as, like, the Virginia Beach situation goes with the strangulation, etc., like, we already, like, kind of had talked about that, Kale, like, and Charles had told you, like, the truth of what happened. But, at the end of the day, we both were abusive to each other. We both acted like toxic, egocentric assholes to each other. We both did terrible things to each other. And, like,
that was the base of your relationship. So I am not gonna lie, like, I'm concerned about you and Charles repeating this again. Like you two together, you are very toxic together.
Well, especially on drugs. And I'm not judging your drug problem at all. At all. Never, never, never. But I thought maybe you had fallen off in LA and maybe had a few slip ups or something, and which is very easy to do, I might add, especially when you're miserable. But there's got to be something to where you and Charles don't turn back to doing drugs, or you're doomed.
100%. That's. I mean, I've learned just a lesson of a lifetime that, like,
you lost everything because of drugs, Marissa.
I know, and even going back to, like, I was thinking of my dad's birthday was the other day, and it's like, I was thinking about, like, this beautiful childhood that I was given and all this stuff, and it's like I wasn't raised to act like that. I just wasn't. I was raised to just do better for myself and for the people around me.
Well, drugs is a complete monster. It took my cousin from heroin. She OD'd. She had 3 children under 10. So I understand drugs ruins lives. It kills. Right. It could have killed you. It could have killed you.
And so much of this, of what's gone on, could have been avoided if you just would have kept Kale as your confidant and it reached out to either her or me, who knows all the players and who the bad people are. If you would have just kept, like, informing Kale or kept her as your confidant, I don't think a lot of this confusion and us scratching our head and assuming things would have happened. You would have had,
like, how did Katerina, aka Sarah, how did she have such power over you to talk to you 7 hours a day?
So what happened was Charles told me, he told me, right? He said to me one night, he was like, I told Kale to be friends with you. And it broke my heart. And
that is not, I will kill him for saying that, because that's not true.
I know, I believe, and I talked with him about this earlier, and, like, I believe, I totally, like, and I get it. I think I took it the wrong way. I think I assumed and got in fear and just assumed all these terrible things,
or he wanted to say that to you to get under your skin. I'm not really sure what the truth there is.
I don't know. I think maybe looking in hindsight, he was probably saying, like, I wanted her to be your confidant and in your support, and I think I took it in the wrong frame or in the wrong way. And so, and I will say, before Charles and I got on drugs, our relationship was really good. I know Olga wasn't there, but, like, we had. Hello?
No, sorry, that was my alert signal. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Like, we had such incredible times together. Things were going really well, and so I have just realized that, like, you're right. I will, if I can't, there's no, like, God gives us free will. Okay. And I have been totally and completely humbled by the situation. And I want to protect what the relationship with him and in friendships, family, etc., and myself going forward by, doing the right things for myself and the people around me. And that's by not using and not being prescribed all these weird meds that are just messing up my thinking, etc. And when I was in LA, I was still taking Vyvanse, which I was prescribed when I was prescribed. That's an amphetamine, but I was prescribed that it's like speed. When I was 13 years old, I was put on it, and I had never been off of it.
Terrible.
So I was still
terrible.
Yeah, so it's like I didn't know any better. So I think I was still getting, like, spun out in fear, and just I wasn't back to baseline. And so since being back to baseline, I've been able to see things much clearer now. And you know, and I have all these weird, like, I don't care what IP2 has to say. I don't care what the internet has to say. All I know is what Charles and I, at the end of the day, like that connection, that love, it's real. And that's truly, that's why I'm willing to, you know, do anything and everything possible. And I just, again, am so grateful for the both of you for being there for him through this and all of it. You know, I'm really grateful.
We didn't take sides, Marissa. Like when you were basically accusing us of orchestrating a smear campaign, that's where we just had to defend ourselves against those kind of accusations.
I understand.
Yeah, and Marissa, we know Charles's bad behavior. He's not this innocent little puppy in all this. I know his type. I know his sarcastic shit to you, his digs, his control thing. I know exactly what Charles was doing.
Yeah.
He's not innocent in all this. He needs to work on himself just as much.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I can't, I mean, I agree with you, you know, and that's why, that's kind of subconsciously, like when I left, I never was planning to be gone for good. But I knew that we both needed, like, it was like a, I don't know how to explain it, like a sixth sense type thing that, like, it would, like, we both needed the space to grow and learn from these lessons.
Well, we did say to you, many of us did, you guys need separation. You know, it got so crazy, like you guys needed space. And I thought that would happen with you. Okay, so like the last 2 Decembers have been pretty hell for you, because the December before you were leaving the Tower of Doom and you had to find your own place because he was already in jail. And this December, I know that I'm so sorry that you rehomed Marlo. I know that has to be really fucking hard. So I know that is going to be a precursor for this December. I'm just really sorry that happened, Marissa.
Thank you. I mean, you know, like I think I did it because, you know, I know that I did it because I was preparing to come back here. It would have been irresponsible of me to bring Marlo across the country on a Greyhound bus.
Yeah. No, Catons don't do well that way. You were very selfless with what you did. Very selfless. That's out of love.
Right. Thank you. And you know, he's with actually a family that like with little kids and stuff that really like love him. So I'm grateful for that, you know.
100%.
Oh. And I really love him too, of course.
Of course you do.
I had to do the responsible thing, you know. It's like I can't. It just wouldn't have been. It just wouldn't have been.
No, that's called love. That's being selfless. Like you what you did was probably the hardest thing ever. I think it probably was.
Oh yeah, Kel and I have talked about how absolutely devastating that would have been, but
yeah.
What about Jenny? Do you still have I know that she's like she was helping trying to find Marlo.
Right. I let her know. That's another thing. So it's like I like I said, I'm really don't know. I got to be careful with who I talk to right now, etc. So I just let her know not to worry and that I had given him to a family and that everything's okay and that, you know, whatever. And you know, she was also really in my ear, steering me, pushing me to do this and leave Charles, etc. And then also, you know, really just kind of she was telling me to consult with a,
it's because of what you were saying, like he was an abuser. So you have to remember, like people just want to help you when you're you know.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And so I let her know that like Marlo is safe and that, you know, I really was very grateful and thankful. And I apologized and I was, you know, told her that I was really sorry for, just the drug use, and also, the toxic relationship, the stress that it caused her, etc. And then I said how grateful I was and whatnot, and that she doesn't have to worry. And so she asked if I'd be staying in Virginia, and I said probably not. Like I said, I'm really trying to keep a low profile right now.
But she could probably help you because she's normal and she's there.
I know, but she does not. Like, I tried to explain to her that I'm like, things are.
She's just not going to forgive Charles.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not a Charles fan. Like, I know it. Like, she was actually really pushing me to go to FBI, etc. Just she wanted me to. And I understand where she's coming from. She had her own experience, but I'm not gonna. The victim card isn't a good look. So it's like, I'm just not about it. So, and I told Charles the same thing, because when I was on the phone with him the other day, I was like, listen, like, you feel abandoned, I feel abandoned. Okay, this can we both acknowledge that it's a feeling, that the feelings aren't facts, okay? And just know, and like, it was just a big learning experience, so big time. But yeah, like I said, I'm really concerned because I don't know who to trust right now, and the last thing I want to do is get back on the radar with the wrong people, which I'm hoping that that Tones person is insane. I just don't even know what to think anymore. But
we all are, Marissa. We've had
everyone, girl.
Right.
And we keep finding a new one and a new one and a new one. And it's been a mind fuck just dealing with the trolls and stuff and things people were telling us, oh, I have proof on this, I have proof on that. And then we're like, well, show it. And they never did. And it's been crazy. So
there are receipts and that's another thing. A lot of this stuff is AI generated now. I realize a lot of people are AI, and I think that woman Sarah or Katarina, I realized it had like a voice generator. So I mean, I know this sounds really out there. So I remember, but they were the ones trying to get in my ear from the very beginning of his and I relationship. You know what I mean? And it's like, I just wish I never listened to them. I wish I was stronger. I didn't know about, you guys know that so I didn't know about live streaming. Like, I didn't know any better, and it's like, I can look back and realize where I went wrong now. I should listen to you guys. I should have listened to Charles.
It's not about the live streaming, because you were live streaming for years, 2.5 years.
So I found out, it's weird what the detective actually called me. It was very strange. When I was in California, he called me, the detective on the case, and said that Charles is married with a kid or something. I was like, what is going on? Like, that's what the detective, he was like, I listened to one of his phone calls, and there was somebody saying that he's married with a kid. And so that's where I got that from. Okay.
That doesn't even sound like a detective. A detective would send you receipts.
I know. So that's another thing. That's what I'm thinking now, was that just another troll? Because then Ace Man had. So okay, I had to deed my phone. By the way, my iPhone, it had spyware downloaded onto it, so
which is very. I think that's almost impossible on an iPhone.
I know. Well, it's because that iPhone, I had it for so long, So that being said, and then I just said, "Fuck the iPhone." Like, I'm over this, So, but anyways, I looking back, like, they had access to all my.
You made Ace Man managing mod. Like, I think you gave him like creator content privileges.
Oh my gosh!
As I recall, like, he was able, like, I remember seeing you stream, and he commented as you. So then that's how I knew. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck did that woman do? yeah, you just don't ever give anybody that kind of those permissions on your channel, because then you caught it and you said, oh, we need to talk, and I knew exactly what was going on because I managed channels, so it didn't go over my head. You gave him a lot of permissions, YouTube channel permissionships. So yeah.
Right. And he was downloading everything from my, like, everything. And then he would upload it to the Virginia DA. Like, I mean, this stuff. So then what I did was, and I realized some of it is AI clipped or weirdly edited. Like some of the clips that they had uploaded onto this G drive weren't even in chronological order of the filmings, etc. So they're making it look like I called I called the DA a while back and I said that whole Gmail is compromised. And that's what I told them. I said the whole big G drive, whatever. I said that stuff's all compromised. It's all been, whatever, butchered up and AI'd and whatnot. So I said, don't even think that's real, So
well, I'm just so perplexed. Why you would think I was the bad person.
I'm sorry. I truly am sorry. I think that I just wasn't smart enough or self-aware enough.
I wouldn't say smart. I know you were manipulated, but like you and I do have a bit of history. So I'm just like, I wish I could figure out how you went from our friendship to me saying that I manufactured a friendship manipulating you for Charles. Like, it's so extreme.
I mean, I don't think that at all. But, like I said, when I had thought these things, I was literally being guided, manipulated, and I was strung out. So
I get that. I mean, think how I've been manipulated by people that have been very close to me recently. So I get it. That's why you and Charles, you need to stay offline for a while, and so does Charles. Really, when he comes back, like if you just don't know the story of the Marloweverse from 2016 and everything that's gone on in it and who the players are. But I will say, out of everybody I've met on the internet, from bad to good, I've never met somebody as loyal as Kale. It just blows. She glows. She's full of empathy.
Oh God.
I'm an empath, but she is like off the chart and so loyal. You are.
Thank you, sweetie.
I know. I agree, and that's why, like, I truly, like, miss you, and I really,
I miss you too, girl. I do.
Aww.
I get really sad because I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, who are these people in your ear? And then you got so many haters because of this ongoing narrative.
And Marissa, we had people manipulating us that were close to us.
Yeah, so it's not just you, girl. Like it's Olga and me too. Like, it's so saturated. It's hard to like find out the true colors. It's like it's just not just you.
That's crazy.
It applies to all of us. Like, it is like we are swimming with sharks. Okay.
Right.
They told us other things like you were a drug mule and carrying.
Yeah, you were a drug mule in Florida. I'm like, how the fuck does that work? We could drive anywhere. Like, it's not. I said she didn't go to South America. What are you talking about?
They said you were carrying. Yeah, you were carrying drugs in your vagina.
Crazy. No, I had dealers that sold out of my apartment for a little while, and my apartment got raided. But they were, anyways. That was in my early 20s, and
it's
it's like I said, people are really, really trying to do everything for some reason to keep Charles and I apart from each other, and it's a shame, and it's I mean, But that's the lesson I've learned too, is like, not, you're right, having to vet people and like really trying to figure out like what's the truth and what's not, and just not listening to everything you hear on the internet. That's the biggest.
And, you have to also remember your streams. Like you were doing a lot of streams where you were replaying narcissistic abuse. So it was kind of like cementing that or validating it, like that you went through that. So it's going to be really tricky trying to get to shake off those old followers because
well, I think Charles is a narcissist too. I mean, let's be honest.
No, I know, but I'm talking about these streams were to basically say like Charles was a piece of shit, narcissistic abuser, strangulation, rapist person, and they're gonna stick to that story, Marissa. I'm just letting you know. I know them well enough that they're not gonna let that go anytime soon. So it's like, and you change your name. What do? They all find you, follow you.
I know. So I've just been staying off of social media, honestly. I really
good. And the worst thing y'all did was when y'all would have a fight, Charles would use it as drama. That was
he is definitely the spice in the stew. This is not your fault. This is a collection of choices from multiple people. But you have to take responsibility, not to the trolls, but to your own self and the people close to you, of the narrative that you've been very consistently saying over the last several months about being trafficked, being kidnapped, having Charles' father stole from you. These are very intense accusations. And I know you said, because of the drugs, but just remember, you did say it.
Right. I know. And I understand that. And honestly, I don't think that Charles's dad stole from me. I really don't think that.
I know.
I was misguided. I was just, like I said, hindsight's 2020. And like, I didn't, like, I was just really, I got my Chase bank statements and I just saw all these transactions. And I didn't understand, like, I didn't remember making them.
Girl, I get my credit card company in a month, and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, what the hell happened to me? It's so easy to accrue charges. But to call out Charles' dad, just remember, like you
I know that his dad didn't. I know that, I'm totally aware of that. It's like, I just was like reacting instead of responding at the time.
Understand.
To me, it looked like you were really angry and pissed off, and you have many valid reasons to be pissed off at Charles. I mean, let's be honest.
You do, Marissa.
And like, I could sit here and name every single thing that you have a valid reason to be pissed off at him about. It just looked like you were angry and trying to rebuild yourself and not talk about the past and really move forward, and it just spiraled out of control. But I will say, if you ever have a moment where you're not sure about something, or you're having Kale would have been the one to have called to talk you off the ledge or tell you the truth. Like, I'm not even kidding. She's like, I would never trust anybody again on the internet.
Olga and I have become very deep friends through this. So you have brought us together, and I thank you for that.
I'm just grateful that you guys have been able to be there for Charles. I'm really grateful, and that's why I was hoping to reconnect with you guys once I figured my stuff out and just kind of came back to center here.
Well, we don't want you in distress. We don't want you destitute. We want you to thrive. Like I've always wanted you to thrive and have friends and stuff like that, but just not the way it went.
And we never hated you, while other people use the word hate. I always just tried to put myself in your shoes, even though I was discouraged. And angry at times and I get triggered and I'll make a video, but then I took them all down because I realized I was being lied to about things. And
we only streamed because you were accusing us of being this psychological, campaign accusing cancel culture people, and we no, that's not us. We're good people, Marissa.
I know. I totally see that now, and I just was really unaware and I was immature, I was really immature and I was scared, I was terrified, truly, I was terrified. Charles keeps telling me that he's got to talk to me in person and etc. and that it's like really important. And I'm just praying to God, that he that he's okay. And, as much as,
he's surviving with a lot of gang members in there, but like the only thing he said today, like, he could get a misdemeanor charge or something. But if he's innocent, why does he have to have more criminal stuff put on his on his name?
That's what I wanted to talk, with you guys more about. So I've been, so they're gonna drop all of his charges in Virginia Beach, like the strangulation, etc., and then they're just gonna put it to 2 misdemeanors and give him time served on the 27th.
But that still goes on his record. I mean, if he did it or if he didn't do it. If he didn't do it, it shouldn't be on his record.
But he did.
Okay, so what did he do to go on his record?
He strangled her. He admitted it to me.
They're not going to give him strangulation. They're just giving him he said he was okay with it, the minor DV charge, and then he would get released on what he's already done. So It's not like a felony charge or anything.
What about the battery pack? Because we all know that was an accident. You even called me.
Right. So that's what they're dropping everything, and then they're just charging him with a simple DV.
Right.
What about the rape kit?
So that I already 2 weeks ago. I've called out to the Commonwealth Attorney in Norfolk. I reached out to them, and then I also spoke to, I left a voicemail with his attorney every day recently. I recanted my entire statement. I told them that I had been misled. I was listening to other people, and I said the detective on the case should have record of a woman named Sarah from Canada on the phone with me the entire interview, the entire rape kit.
Wow.
Wow.
Let me get off the phone.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
That's a bomb. Okay.
I mean, she was telling me what to say, what to do, everything. It's like she was just dictating how, it said, and it just got really. It just was a lot, and she even.
It's so crazy because that night.
Even think about it. She was the one who suggested I call and say it was rape.
When did that happen, though? Because I was talking to Charles on the phone. He was like, "Call Marissa." The lights are on, and I don't know what's going on. And I called you, and you blocked me. I was like, she blocked me. I don't know what to tell you.
I think I will, before I forget. Charles did say you were having chest pains and severe anxiety for several weeks before it happened. And he did say, I wish I would have sat and talked to her more about her anxiety.
Yeah, he had
regret. Yeah, he said, I regretted it because I just wanted to go to work, blah, blah, blah. And I wish I would have taken it more serious and sat down and talked to her. So
that's honestly when it all started, was I was having bad chest pain, and we were at the motel, and I told him, I said I need to call an ambulance. I said I'm having really bad chest pain. I said and I was so I wasn't using and I was there's something wrong. I said, I need to call an ambulance, and he was no, that's embarrassing, and then he just would go, and that's when I started talking to Sarah.
Yeah, he didn't say anything about you starting to talk to Sarah, but he said there was a moment when that happened, and he's like, I wish I could go back in time.
Well, he did say he felt like you were talking to bad actors on the phone while he was at work. So, and again, I understand how you were easily manipulated. Like, you have no idea how I was just manipulated by somebody who
That we
I
thought
thought
we
was.
trusted, that we thought we trusted, that we thought we loved. Marissa, I just want you to know, like, I understand if you have trepidation with people you're talking, because we never met in real life.
Right.
You know, I was happy that you reached out to me.
Of course. And honestly, like now, like I can honestly say going forward, I don't plan on talking to anybody besides you two. You know, I can honestly say that and just getting, you know, like real guidance, because, and especially, you know, female guidance is so important. You know, because Charles isn't a woman, you know, he doesn't understand certain things.
He doesn't, but that makes me go back to Michelle. I really feel like she was important. She was supposed to be an important part of you in your journey, and I wish you had stayed, girl. I wish you had stayed. I was so happy you were there. I was like, oh my God, the bells, it's exactly what you would talk about. I'm like, yeah, okay, social media, she can help her because the woman needs help. I'm so sad you left.
I left because they doxed her.
Doxed her how? Doxed her how? You doxed her. You wore her shirt, and everybody knew where it was.
So somehow they got like her contact information and etc. And then it just got really, and then I was like, God, everywhere I go, you know, and I realized that too. I was like, everywhere I go, this is gonna follow me.
She was definitely, I was actually really happy you found somebody like that. And you could have had Marlo there. So, I'm so sad to hear this.
Did you stay with Ani for a while after the Michelle's?
I did stay with Ani for a little bit there, but Ani was going through a lot of her own stuff, you know.
Somebody said Ani lost her mother-in-law, so there was a death.
Ani lost her mom.
Her mom. Oh my God.
Yeah. And so,
oh wow.
You know, I was gonna try to go to like the service and everything, and it was just, you know, it was quite a lot for so that's why I left Ani's, because she was caring for her dying mother, you know, and it's like I didn't want to be an extra, and her daughter's going through so much, and it's like I'm so grateful that she had like, you know, open her doors to me, etc. But I have, you know, this stuff with Charles, I don't want it to be disturbing anybody, like you know, and she has a lot of emotional like anxiety, etc. about certain things. So I didn't want to be another stressor on her plate. You know, she's got enough going on. So
I have to ask one funny question.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to be mean.
Okay.
Are you going to fix your hair back?
What do you mean? Like back to dark?
The blonde.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
okay.
Definitely.
That killed me, Marissa. It killed me.
It might have killed Olga, but I was like, I don't mind the creativity.
No.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I want to go back to brunette.
Yes, because it's damaging and it just didn't suit you. I think that
Olga would know, because Olga's got the most gorgeous hair on the planet. Oh my God. It's enough for 10 heads.
That bothered me more than anything. I was like, no, Marissa, she's done her hair on her own. We got to fix it. It's got to be fixed.
Thank you. No, I agree. It's not like it's bally. It's like, you know, the roots are dark, but still, I do not like this blonde at all. I do not like it. So I definitely want to go back to brunette, you know.
Well, I appreciate that you try to be edgy. I noticed.
Yeah, it's fun to be edgy, but your hair was so pretty.
Yeah, your hair was fucking gorgeous. I don't know. Don't ruin your hair. Don't ruin your hair. Your hair is beautiful.
Thank you. I learned that. I know it's still pretty healthy considering. So I'm
Good.
definitely gonna go back to for that. Also, I don't even wear makeup anymore. Like I just
Yay!
Makeup
I
or no
know.
makeup, you're naturally beautiful. So
You are, but you're pretty, but wearing a lot of it, when you don't wear makeup, you look 20 years old.
yeah, you do look like a little
You
girl.
know what? It's kind of wild. I realized that recently. I was like, I look actually 10 years younger when I don't wear makeup.
Yeah, you're a beautiful woman, Marissa.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you both are too. And I just really appreciate you guys. Like,
I hope
you.
you're not losing more weight either.
Yeah, you're looking a little thin.
I am. So it's been concerning. I'm trying to ration my food right now. But yeah, I have not been eating well. So I have been like just trying to maintain the best I can and be healthy. But right now, due to certain like financial stuff, circumstances, etc., I'm just kind of. I got some Cheerios, and I've been just trying to make it work.
How are you supporting yourself? Are you trying to get a job? Like, these are real questions.
Yes. So I am honestly, I get my general. It's called like GR from California, and I can't get on the food. And I've never been like a big fan of government programs, but I guess desperate times call for desperate needs. But so I can't get.
Well, you've been on the system in Virginia for a while, so.
Well, I'm not on it. So I got on it in California, and I just got on the cash aid, and that's coming in. It's $400. That's coming in a few days. And then from there, what I can do, once that comes in, then I can cancel it out of California and then apply for EBT here in Virginia, and then I also would like to, get a part-time job around here. While this all, I recovered.
Marissa, you gotta get a full-time job.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, something. Exactly.
You gotta get a job. You gotta get a job. I don't understand. You could, as I have always offered, be a reference. I have no problem saying what you need me to say, just like I did to Jenny.
Thank you.
But you do need to get a job. You need to work. You need to be independent. Whether you go back to Charles, you guys start again, but you need to be independent. And I've always pushed that on you. It's a fundamental reality.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. And so, I'm getting over the flu. I got the flu when I got here.
Yeah, Charles said you went to the emergency room. So you sound good. You sound coherent and good. So I'm glad to hear that.
It's almost like all the way passed through, so then my plan going forward was to start, job hunting in this area. And there are a couple places hiring right around here, which is awesome.
Good.
So, yeah, I'm just.
I mean, if you could be a server, there's no tax on tips. I mean, I was even thinking about doing that as a second job. I think that's amazing.
Okay.
Well, you're going to have to get to a place to stay first. What's going to happen? I know that the dad probably wouldn't have a problem with you staying there, but you're going to have to get around Andrew.
And I think a way to get around Andrew is he's very, very hurt because he was arrested because of you. Mm-hmm. And I think he has a lot of resentment, not just for you, but also for Charles. A way to establish a rapport with Andrew is to call him and just try to create a bond. I don't know how to say it otherwise. You got to have something. Well, you got to discuss the arrest.
Oh God, that's gonna be such a fucking night. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's possible. And I'll help you. I can text him.
Okay.
I can call him even. I can say I talked to Marissa. I mean, I got to think about how to say it to him because he's had enough of Charles' shit. You know, he is his brother, and he's gone through it a lot with Charles. That long before you came into his life, but I think if you talk to Andrew personally on a one-on-one, and that's really what it demands.
You may want to talk to him first, Cal. Yeah.
Well, give me a day. I got to really think about it because he definitely is adamant, and I was against you too. Coming back to Virginia with all the shit that you did, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I was really concerned about the dad because you accused the dad of stealing from you. Got to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was in my right mind whenever I did.
I understand that now, but
I know that's not true. I realize that like completely.
I'll call them tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it big time. And I have been in touch with his dad, and I did text Andrew, but he blocked me. And
yeah, he's blocked his dad from Charles even. So we had to like figure out how to unblock. But yeah, I'll talk to Andrew too. It's tricky, and I'm part of that because I was adamant about you not coming back to them after the things that you said. Listen, Marissa, I'm a very loyal person, and you said such outlandish accusations that I had to protect an 85-year-old man. I felt,
I'm so sorry.
You don't have to apologize. It's just how it all went, and it's not a clear story. Like you said, you were doing drugs. You were also on medicated drugs that were outdated for you.
Right. 100%.
And you also had sources that had other intentions for you. I don't know why that you still listen to them after, because in the very long time ago, Newly and I, you blocked or you demodded Newly and I, and we learned about it in a funny way. And Newly always remembered that. And she reminded me, and you did it again. And it's the same people. So I don't understand that. That's fine. But I'm never going to understand it. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, why are you listening to IB2 people?
Honestly, I was really confused. I didn't know how. Charles was trolling the hell out of me a lot. He was trolling me like straight up.
Oh, that'll do it.
And I just didn't know any better. I was freaked out. I didn't know what to do. I was in so deep. And I was scared. I was terrified.
I can understand that, especially if you say that Charles said to you that I forgot how you worded it, but that I pretended to be your friend. I pretended to be your friend, which is bull fucking shit lies.
And that's the way he was trying to control you. Like, Charles is part of the problem. He needed to be more sensitive. He needs to learn how to be in a grown-up relationship, meet in the middle. And I know he was trolling you and throwing you out there for content. Like he was.
Right.
And
like talking about my weight, all that.
Which I hated.
Yeah.
I know. And then it's like, it got to every single tiny insecurity that I ever had in my whole entire existence, to be honest with you. But
rightfully so, because you were always beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I just, but I learned a lot about myself from it. Like looking back, like, it's like, it almost like, I don't know if you guys believe in like twin flames or, whatever, but they say they bring out the worst in you before they bring, I don't know. Anyways, but I just like, it made me realize a lot about myself.
Okay, wait, hold on. Back to Twin Flames. Why would you think that Charles was married to Jay with a kid?
She said that the detective told her that.
It's
Yeah,
even I could never ever believe that though, and I don't even. I'm not even in it.
I thought that Jay was his wife, and that Jay's child was Charles's child.
That's insane.
Huh?
That's insane.
Isn't it insane? It is totally insane. But the detective, which now you guys make a great point, probably wasn't even really the detective.
No, and then you also said you text 911, and you cannot text 911 in America.
Wait, what?
You said to me on one of our last conversation that you said you text 911.
Oh Lord, I don't even remember that.
Okay, so
well, you sounded like you were on something when you were talking to us. Honestly,
you did.
Dan,
I was drunk, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
I remember that. I think the last time I talked to you guys on the phone was before I left, like Norfolk. But yeah, I think I had relapse at that point. You know, because I was getting really, I was worried about Katie. You know, I was worried about, everyone in my family was getting hit. You know, everyone that I knew was getting hit from this whole thing. And I was terrified. Truly, Charles didn't explain any of this to me. You know, he just kind of left. So he told me I left him out for dead. You know, I felt the same way. You know, and it's like, but I definitely learned a lot, and I just think of different things in my life that, like, my dad taught me about, all these different things. And it's like, at the end of the day, blood is thicker than water. It's like you guys did take me in as family. It's like, and we both kind of made a mess of it. So again, like, I'm really, truly sorry about all of that. And I'm just trying to make things right in any way that I can, but and do what's right. But at the same time, I also, like, I think, I was having really bad anxiety, and I was starting to talk to other people that I thought were his, like, I couldn't tell anymore. I couldn't tell the difference. Like I said, they use voice changers, etc. I didn't know who the fuck was who. I couldn't even tell my own brain cell from another, Like
Yes, because I've gone in 2017, I went through this, Marissa, but a million times worse than you. I had websites made of my entire family. They were all pedophiles. My mother, my father, my son. I went through it, all of it. So I can literally point in the crowd and say, nope, 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 they're doing this, they're doing that. And again, it's been done to me recently. So it's easily to be manipulated, but Charles must change a lot of his behavior.
Yep.
When he gets out. He's like, it's so blindingly clear what he's done wrong here.
Yep.
And caused you to spiral out. I mean, he has stuck up for you. He has said from day one that he's been in there, I still think about her. I'm dreaming about her. I still love her.
He still loves you. I said to you, he loved you. He still loves you 7 months later. Even though he's been in jail the entire time, he still loves you.
He said that he thought that if he got you out of LA because he thought you were in some type of psychosis there with the whole, I don't know if y'all were using them, but like you were the Joey Ortega thing, and you thought you had stalkers, and he thought if he got you out of LA that would end, so that may have been your medication. I don't know. But there has been genuine moments of deep concern he's had for you.
Yes, and I totally can see that now, and so
why play the Alan Watts all the time, targeting it at Charles? That's just answer that for me, my girl.
What?
Why do all those streams with Alan Watts videos about narcissistic abuse targeting at Charles? Just explain that to me, please.
Because he is.
I know he's a narcissist, but the abuse that
I mean, we all have narcissistic qualities in us.
everyone's a narcissist, but this is extreme narcissistic abuse, and I just it was a consistency. So
I genuinely felt Alan Watts, the stuff was helping you, in my opinion.
Alan Watts is amazing. Like, that's honestly what really kind of made me realize, like, all like that. Okay, like, we all have these. Like, my dad was accused of being a narcissist. Like that, you know, like that's just a label, and that's another thing. Like Charles taught me is like, you know, these all these labels, these definitions, etc. Like at the end of the day, like it all goes back to like love in the end, and you know, people can call themselves whatever they want, but or identify with a certain label, like, you know. But I think Charles and I are a lot more alike than I had realized. You know, that this is the craziest part about it all, is that instead of focusing on all of our similarities and working as a team, I was strung out in fear and not seeing the light, you know.
Honestly, I thought you were trying to brainwash yourself into thinking Charles was something more than what he was. That's my honest opinion. From those narcissistic Alan Watts videos that you would play on and on and on, I felt like you were trying to brainwash yourself into thinking like Charles fit all those boxes.
And I want to say there were things that Charles said that was really effed up, that made us question ourselves. Like, he said live one time that he had to get you back and screw you up the ass without a condom to make you suffer. I mean, that's
violent.
That was some disturbing stuff for us. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know it was disturbing for me too. Trust me, you know, it was highly disturbing. And I think that was you know, sometimes you have to be broken down completely before you can really figure things out in life, I think. And so I don't think he was like actively like trying to hurt me. Like, I don't, you know, but it's like I was, you know, this is what happens when you ask for certain things with life, I think. And, you know, I was just kind of on like a soul level preparing for, I don't know. I know this makes no sense, but sometimes things just don't make sense. But it's like, I just don't want to have to repeat history here with, like anything that my mother never forgave my dad, like, for things, and she played the victim, you know, the victim card for eternity, you know. And it's like, that's just, it's so sad how they both passed away and they're like unhappy. It's like, I don't want to relive that. It's like, you know, just I'm here to break these generational bullshits. It's just, none of it's accurate, you know, none of it is true, you know. And so I've done a lot of work internally, you know, as far as healing goes, to try to heal myself, and then also for you know, my whole lineage and bloodlines. It was important to do this work. It's hard to explain, but
no, I get it, because I do that spiritual stuff too. But I also think that you've never been in an actual adult relationship with a real man, and I don't think he's been in an adult relationship. And I think this time y'all need to both go, because I know Charles has said, well, I'm addicted to the chaos. You know, and everything. And I'm like, no, it's time for boring now, Charles. It's time for boring adult relationships going forward, or it's just going to continue. This pattern is going to continue. So I think the problem with you two,
we were addicted to drama.
yes, and drugs, which is
Yeah.
easy to do.
Totally.
Marissa, when was the last time you had drugs? Just be honest, please. Okay, please.
It's been a while. It's been a while now. Like I got so, and then I realized that too. So I like the day, I'm trying to think, when was it? The last, I don't even know. I think Christmas.
I'm so proud of you. A month.
Thank you.
Good girl.
Thank you. And you know what I did? Like these pharmaceutical companies tell you that, you know, as far as like benzos and all that goes, they tell you, oh, you're going to experience severe withdrawal, etc. I just fucking chucked them. I threw them out and I said, you know what? I'm not going to experience any type of withdrawal. And I haven't. I felt better than ever.
I'm so glad to hear that. Oh my God.
Thank you.
That's amazing. So you are 1 month clean.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
I mean, we all have issues. You know, there may be times where you have to be on medication. You just got to have the right doctor.
That is on the doctor list. We're not saying bipolar, like, oh, you're bipolar. No, we are.
You know what I realized, guys? So this is another thing crazy. When I get I got my period, like 2 days ago, and so it's like these emotional waves, they hit, but when they pass much quicker now, and I can come from a place of responding instead of reacting like an immature child or a spoiled brat, you know, and so. And I think these drugs that they had put me on, they told me I was bipolar when I was 13?
And now you're 33. You need to be like diagnosed by a doctor. You need to establish a new relationship where they go through. There's just so much to be done. And you are, they're failing you.
And you probably have anxiety too, honestly, which I have. And
right. And so, and honestly, I noticed like when I get my period, like it gets like worse, but it's not anything that's like not overcomable with some like deep breathing and meditation. Honestly, like it's very manageable now that I'm off of all of it.
Yeah.
That makes sense because you were on medications that didn't apply to you. So when you're diagnosed, properly diagnosed and medicated, it balances your brain and you're able to like kind of blend in with society. But if you've got all these other things going on, you're being misdiagnosed. You're being medicated.
Right. And I think that's what happened when I was really young. And it's unfortunate. You know, I was going through hormones, and I started smoking weed and got into, you know, a little rebellion, and then God forbid, it's like
that'll do it.
Yeah. So and like so coming back to just the natural state of you know, without all these different.
I mean, you're a strong ass woman to start off with. Like, so like, do you need even all those medications because you've experienced your two parents' death? You experienced death twice, parental. You experienced being evicted on the streets, going into a shelter. You've experienced chaos. Most people with severe mental illness they couldn't survive it, Marissa, but you did. That means you know, it's more than mental illness. It's like you got a lot of normal in you, you know. But I know there is mental illness too. I know there is, because the erratic behavior.
Right. And I think that was all drug and substance induced.
Yeah.
I even got off the vape, guys. Like,
oh my God. Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
Serious.
Oh my God. No way.
Well, you're doing better than me then.
Wow. That's incredible.
I got the flu, so I was like, this is a perfect time to quit. So I hid it on myself, and I was
good
like,
girl.
And so I've been like using cough drops, and it's all about the, like, you know, just having something, I hate to say it, in my mouth, like, you know. So
yeah.
it's like
good girl.
Thank you.
So hard. So I couldn't beat nicotine. I had to go on Chantix. Like, I couldn't do it. That's difficult.
It's really difficult. I'm using like the nicotine lozenges occasionally, but I noticed that those even affect, like, the nicotine. It even affects my like sleeping wise. Like I've been like, it gives me nightmares and things like that. So, right. So I'm like, okay, I definitely am weaning off of the nicotine as quickly as possible. So I stopped the vaping. Now it's just now dropping down from the lozenges to nothing. So I really am just trying to do a full-blown reset.
Oh, wow, Marissa.
Well, that's really good. And
I know.
what are you being subpoenaed for, by the way?
So they're not going to subpoena. So they said, I spoke with they had, you know, given me a subpoena, and then I spoke with the Commonwealth attorney in Virginia Beach here today, and then I also spoke with Charles's attorney, and they set his court date. And like I said, they're dropping all of the crazy felonies, etc., and they're just putting it to they're just giving him misdemeanor, and then with time served, and then I have to get a hold of. I've been trying as hard as I'm willing to go speak to these people in person, etc., to just talk with them and whatever, because it's important. I think that he gets, I don't want him, I worry about him, you know, I don't want him to be subjected to you know, the scary violence, etc. You know, it's like I'm just worried about him. So I'm trying to act as swiftly as possible.
Did you know he's been in jail this entire time?
No, I thought he was out.
There's so many fucking
people. So I was under the impression that he was out. So it wasn't even until I looked up in the system and saw that he was still in there, that I was like, oh my gosh, because I was under the impression that he was out. So I had no idea that he was still even in jail. And then I was like, this is insane. So then I reached out to him, and then I started getting these ominous threats, like, over everything, you know.
What?
Yeah, through my iCloud email. So that's why I'm not even entertaining that crap anymore. I just don't have time for it. I just don't.
It picked up after you got back in touch with Charles?
Yes.
Wow, what the hell?
Cool.
There's like intense hacking on my iCloud that was happening, and so.
Okay, wait, hold on, Marissa. So his phone and his laptop. Who went into it? Because he was going to send that to me, and I was going to have. Okay, so the thing with his channel is he just wants to save it because he has videos of his mother. And we just wanted to save the videos of his mother from years ago. So
okay, he told me that, like, so I had deleted his channel, and then I went in and I reactivated it immediately.
Okay, it did not reactivate. It's still hidden. There's still a problem
me,
with it. And that's why he was going to send me the laptop and the phone, because I knew like something went down that day, you know. I have a screenshot of when his password was changed. But
I didn't change his password. And so what I did was, and I went into Google, and that's which channel is still deactivated? Because
that's the Vegan Cheetah Vlogs. That's where his mom is.
For me, it had came up. So hold on, that's pretty insane because I actually reactivated it. But like I said,
Vegan Cheetah vlogs, Vegan Cheetah Vlogs. That's where his mom is. And if you go there, it says this channel is not available. And it's like it's in limbo. It's not deleted and it's not active.
So basically, so I will say that it should be. I don't know why it's not, but like I said, my phones and my computer, everything, all my things that I was using had spyware, etc. on it. So my stuff was compromised heavily, which compromised. So it's like, I don't know how these people have full-blown control over that stuff, but they have access to my iCloud, and they had access to like all of my stuff, but I actually did everything I could to try to restore his channel.
Well, I apologize to you because I thought that was bullshit. I was like, I thought it was you.
No.
Jesus Christ. These trolls, I swear to God. It would take us 12 hours to explain.
How did they get the login?
So like I said, somebody had paid for my shit to be hacked, and it's a long story. But anyways,
can you please explain that story? Hold on. I gotta just close that one off. Please explain that story.
Once Charles went to jail, I was using my iPhone and my tablet at the time, my iPad, and somebody, it was Retro Disco's mother. Yeah, Retro Disco's mother called me, and they had paid somebody to, it was called hacked.com, Zoom call with me, and he hacked all my devices.
Retro's mother?
The plot thickens. So yeah, no, that's the truth though.
Oh, well, Retro's mother and Retro have been a victim for the last 7 months. So yeah.
So you're positive Retro and her mom.
Retro has been speaking on herself and on her mother that you have been scamming them.
What?
You're saying they pay?
This is another important thing that you guys know too. I just remembered. This is really important. There's this it's like a bulldog account.
I just got Charles. Go ahead, Marissa.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this like bulldog woman, and she says she knows like MGK, and she sells breeds bulldogs in Florida or something. I don't even know.
Like a terrier?
No, like maybe bulldog terriers, but it's like a huge animal foundation, right? That like this account, I mean, has a real Instagram with 100,000 followers on Instagram. They were talking to me as well, and they're involved as well, and so. And then they were on my OnlyFans account. I think her name was Kim or something. And she was like sending me money through OnlyFans. And like the whole thing is just vile to me. But so that being said, that's another part of this whole loop here. And yeah, and then Brandon Q has like he's been I think he's somehow creepily part of this. I don't speak to him at all. Like I said, he was begging for forgiveness. Hey guys, Charles is calling me. Let me call you. I'll call you. Can I call you back?
Call back.
20 minutes.
Call back.
Right, I'll talk to you. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye, girl. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so confused right now.
It's terribly confusing. I already know that she sucked me back in with her empathy. I fucking knew it, but whatever. I believe some of it, but I have to say, I have to be careful and not believe. There could be some things she's not saying fully. There could be some things that she's lying about a little, but I believe some of it. I would like to believe all of it. I just have to be careful. I'm just mind blown. I hope you're recording, because mine stopped recording after 20 minutes.
Oh no, we're still recording. This whole thing is a recording. I'm
literally going to have to listen to this 5 times and take notes.
I don't know.
So is she saying Sarah is Katerina?
Yes.
Oh my God. And I'll never forget when they called Charles live and used a voice changer and made it sound exactly like me. It was perfect.
I can't believe that actually that technology exists is so freaking scary. I can't
especially
even
now.
It.
Especially now.
Oh my! Even then, if you heard that and it sounded like you, like what the hell? I don't even know how to dissect it in my brain. Like how would
Charles thought it was me. The whole crowd did, and then I had to come in and call him on the phone and say, "Oh yeah, that's not me. Here I am." It was crazy.
Now I understand where the paranoia comes from. See, like I said, I'm ignorant. I've never experienced it.
Marissa still did say all these terrible things live out of pure anger. It wasn't because of medication.
I know.
So
I'm trying to find a balance on how to address that. And it's hard because I think we both can agree we've never heard her speak so clear. Like she's not, there's no what was that? Slurissa. There's no Slurissa or any of that. Like out of the years I've spoken with her, she sounds so coherent and sharp. Yeah, she's clean.
Yes. And I'm trying to find a balance too. She absolutely went live with full hatred and flat out lied from some type of anger. It wasn't just, I was paranoid over the trolls. Like, she did backstab you. She backstabbed us all.
Yep.
For probably 1,000,001 reasons, and she may be saying all this and apologizing to get money from us. I don't know. But some of this is starting to make a little sense.
I agree. Yeah.
And oh my God, I'm just mind blown about all these people and trolls. She never got to the.
I'm so bewildered and godsmacked and in awe that people online can literally cross a barrier into your real life and create such havoc.
It would take me 2 days to tell you everything that went on, but I do believe she had a herd of people fucking with her too. I would like to know who this criminal she was talking to at Michelle's, but I don't know about that.
We can push her a little bit on that one. So that came to me as a surprise because I assumed 1,000% it was from the troll community, but how could it not be from the troll community? Who else knows about Marissa? She's not a celebrity.
Yeah, I think that needs to be pushed a little bit more. Yeah.
I feel it was a man.
Well, yeah, Michelle said it was.
Well, did she say? She said you guys aren't good for each other. So that implies that it's a man. But she didn't say it was a guy. Did she?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed that. Okay. Yeah, we need to press that.
And I don't think we got to the part about what's going to happen with the whole rape part. Like she said, well, I'm willing to go see them and talk. It sounds like the rape people have not talked to Marissa yet. That's the way it sounded to me. I don't know.
I'm just so in shock that she was on the phone with Katerina going down to get the rape kit. Like, wow, I did not see that coming. That's so
She said
ridiculous.
she was on the phone with her talking to the detective. I'm flipped out.
Damn.
Oh my God, Kill.
Like the fact that, oh, here she comes. Okay, hold on. Let me put you, girl, are you there?
Hi,
Okay,
yes.
let me put that on. Olga and I were just going over like our shock and awe of all these players. Oh my God. I don't know. It's, and you lived it. You lived it. You were the spotlight character, you know?
I know. It definitely, it did prepare me for, like, I guess this is what happens when you're in the spot. I just let it really.
I mean, it's a small community too. Let me remind you, there's like 20 of us there. It's not really a big, huge community. It's dead. So the fact
it used to be big. When this was happening to me, Marissa, there was hundreds. And I mean, I was in a Discord fighting with 100 of them. But
I can't even imagine, and that's what I just talked to Charles, and we talked about, how important it is to just keep a low profile when he gets out, etc. And he like, we're both gonna, he wanted me to like, we want to get married like right away. I know this is really insane, but it's like he wanted me to tell you guys that we're planning to get married. And so like I know this is like really, but we're gonna do,
if you're gonna get married, Marissa, you got to get those charges dropped. Come on.
I'm doing everything I can. He told me that he told me that they said that I did like 7-hour police reports and what? I mean, I've never.
It's been bad.
I want to let you guys know as well, the woman Sarah, who's Katerina K from whatchamacallit, she was Sarah Evening Star on the Discord.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
I'm dying.
You sure, Marissa? Marissa.
I'm not positive, but I'm assuming that.
How does Katerina K go from Evening Star Sarah?
I don't know. See, I'm not positive, but.
Oh my God.
That is just my guess.
Oh my God. Because Evening.
So these people have infiltrated his Discord, like all of it, so it's really, it goes deep.
And your old Instagram mod group. They were all in there. And that's how that all started with the doxing of me. They went into your mod group on Instagram. They kept changing the name of it. I tried to defend it. And then Janny from IP2, Katerina, Speedy Grandma, all of them were the instigators, and they were fucking evil. By the way, let me please ask you this. Did Speedy Grandma get you into Melissa's sober living house?
No. What is Melissa's sober living? Oh, Michelle?
Michelle. I'm sorry. I meant Michelle.
No, I don't talk to Speedies. I haven't talked to any of those people in months.
Okay, I thought it was Speedy that got you into Michelle's spot.
I got myself there. I mean, that is insanity that these people try to take. That pisses me off so bad, because what happened was Katerina or Sarah, whoever this person is, said that Speedy's grandma was like, you know, wanted me to be sober and this and that was it, and that she was a big supporter of me being clean and sober, and that's as far as that went. And I never talked to any the last time I talked to any of those people, it was 7 months ago. Like and then I heard from Brandon Q one time, and I told him to piss off, and then I had to block his ass. You know, it's like, and then they just keep ending up unblocked. They keep, you know, like I said, I dealt with a SIM hack. So my phone number got hacked. I dealt with, you know, it's like, it's been a lot of different things.
Okay, so who was the person that intercepted at Michelle's? Who was the person that you were talking to at Michelle's?
I wasn't talking to anybody from any of that stuff, but I did get a call from what I thought was a detective. And
who was the person that Michelle said to you, you guys don't get along together?
Oh, that was some dude from prison. Like he was some dude there who was living there from prison. So like he was trying to get with me, and
okay.
Yeah. So, and it was just, and I felt really weird about it because, you know, he was trying to give me a bunch of money, and he wanted me to leave and go on the streets with him and do a bunch of meth with him. And I was like, nah, bro, that is not how this is going to go. Like,
oh, wow.
No, he was trying to have sex with me. I didn't want to have sex with him. And it was creeping me out. And I said, listen, I can't. So then I told Michelle, I said, I don't feel comfortable. Like he keeps trying to give me money. He keeps trying to do this, etc. And it's just too weird. And I said, so I just gotta go my own way.
Yeah.
And just not, you know, because he was starting to really like become obsessed.
Was he a client there?
He was a client. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And apparently he had done that to a lot of different women. And like my friend, so there was a really sweet kid there who was like not part of any of the, he had his head on straight. And he told me that before I had gotten there, this guy had done this to some other girl that was living there. And, you know, every girl that went there, he would become obsessed with them and like give them money and all this weird stuff. So it was too much. So I ended up just, I was like, yeah, this is crazy. So, and just due to but I didn't, yeah. So that guy is just a totally different person. He's not related to any of this, but,
if you and Charles do get out, speaking of low profile, I think you two should concentrate on your relationship and nothing to do with the internet for a long time.
We just agreed on that. We actually just agreed on that over the phone, and he wanted me to tell both of you that as well.
Thank God.
Well, have you spoken to the DA in Virginia Beach about the worst charges yet?
Yes. So
okay.
And there, like I said, I recanted everything out of Norfolk, like the rape crap, like that. I told them exactly what happened. I told them the truth. I was like completely honest. I said, listen, like I said, there's evidence on the body cam footage from the rape kit to the body cam footage, etc., of some woman on the phone with me the entire time. I had woke up that morning and I said, like, A, B, C, D happened last night. She's the one who was like, you need to call the police right now. That's rape, over and 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 over again. You know, and it was like, and then I finally, she literally had me on three-way phone call, called the police on three-way phone call with me, like, you know, analyzing, you know, everything I was doing. It was just so intense. And then even when the police got there on body cam footage, they were like, so and I didn't even want to say it. And she was like, no, he did, you know, and it was, so they have all that, you know, so I recanted my entire thing of that, because that's just not actually, it was a kink, you know, that's the truth of it, and I can see that now. So and that's what I told them. So I recanted that, and then so Virginia Beach now, like, they're just going to give him time served, and these misdemeanor charges, and he should be out by the 9th at the latest.
Well, that's good news. I just holy shit. Well, it sounds like we've been having all kinds of bad people mess with all of us. I apologize if I've said anything. I've been going on by shit people have said to us.
Guys, all of our streams, we were just defending ourselves, Marissa, from the accusations that you were putting on us. But I'll put them on unlisted.
But you never named us. It was just like an insinuation, and we always just wanted to say we're
like the group, like the cult.
I was totally misguided. You know, I was totally I just was totally led to believe things that weren't accurate, and etc. You know, I just wasn't. I just was totally in the dark and I was getting trolled heavily through these AI voice people, like the changers, etc. Like 24/7. They would say terrible, like, Olga and Gal are the enemy, and they're trying, like it was too much. Like, it's too much for anybody to have to and try to stay clean and do the right things and get healthy. It was just too much. So I had to just
I've been there. I went completely insane, Marissa. That's why I had to go to the FBI. Well, are you positive the Katerina person is a woman?
Is what? Isn't what?
Are you positive Katerina is a woman?
I can't even be sure. She sounded like a woman, but it could be a man. With these voice changers.
Yeah.
It's totally possible it could be a man.
Oh my gosh.
The things that I said and the accusations that I made, they were totally crazy. I'm so sorry. And I know that that's just, none of that's true. And I
had to say bad things about Charles. Like, I'm not in a cult with Charles. I don't want to fuck Charles. He's too young for me. He's not my type. Like, no. Which I hated doing, but
that's another thing that Katerina was like out there. She was like saying all this weird, disgusting stuff about you guys, and like it was vile. It was vile.
Yeah, we're not into your man, girl. We're not into your man.
I know that, and I'm just really, really again grateful that you guys have been there as supporting, because I do love him very, very much, and I want to be a good wife and good woman in his life, and I'm grateful that he has the strong, supportive women like you both that I can also talk to and that have been there for him. I'm really grateful.
Well, and another part of it, though, Marissa, it wasn't just about supporting him, because we know where his bullshit is. It was trying to figure it out. Like, I could see it. I saw you in a video one time where he reached over and touched you on your tummy, and you looked over at him really quick, and you looked so confused. Like, what? Are you being affectionate? Are you calling me fat? I could tell every time he was being an asshole. I could tell. I know all of Charles's bad behavior. So it's not like we were undying supporting him. We know his bullshit, clearly. Like, he's got a lot of stuff to work on. And when I asked him to go to counseling, he's like, no, fuck that. Well, he does.
I hope he is reconsidering all this after the last 7 months.
Or church.
I think he is. They're like, I know that I did hear that I think they're like mandating counseling for him. So, it's like, I'll go with them. Like, I just, and there's even, they have like, at churches, etc. There's like pastors and, people who do counseling, that like, I'm down to do whatever, to stay clean, to do counseling, etc., whatever is gonna mend this. But he said the past is dead to him. He just wants to move forward. He loves me. He wants to marry me immediately, and I want to marry him too. So that's the plan.
Well, you do,
As crazy as
to be the one reasonable person to say,
Well, there's a lot of healing you need to do with the dad and Andrew. So
I know.
And you,
like I said, I've been talking to his dad, but I think Andrew's really pissed at me, apparently. So, and I did apologize. I sent him a text and apologized. And I understand that, you know, they're sick of this shit. I get it. I truly understand that. And so, going forward, like I want to be able to stand on my, you know, own 2 feet with Charles. He said he wants to work with me and get back into finance, etc. So working as a team is so important. There's a lot, you know, that he didn't tell me in the beginning of our relationship. There's a lot he left me in the dark about with this internet crap, etc. And so I was just left to figure it out on my own, you know, and it like I said, I stopped talking to pretty much everybody to protect them. I stopped talking to Ani to protect them. I stopped talking to my own family members to protect them because it just was getting so volatile. So it's like, and nobody who can stay somewhat sane during any of that. I don't know. But so like, I'm just glad to kind of, I'm fine with being off the internet. I really am fine with it. I would like to fix my hair. I would, you know, and it's like, but I know, but like, it's too overwhelming, all of it, the internet. So
it is. But I will say, you and Charles,
better.
You and Charles do have a rough road ahead of you.
Your hair is not the problem. It's, you need to get a job. You need to find consistency and stability with or without Charles. You just cannot hold on to Charles as your savior like you have. It doesn't matter where you are in life, Marissa. You have to be able to take care of yourself at all times.
I agree.
And you have so much potential.
Via your own independence and the support of friends, creating that for you, not from troll accounts, people you've never met or spoken with. Well, you spoke to that person 7 hours a day. I don't know how that person was able to get in and change your psyche, but I feel it was drug induced.
Yeah, a lot of it was. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was
frightening.
I was terrified, you know, and then I felt like there was a lot of times where Charles was pushing me towards a lot of that.
You're trying to survive. You're losing everything around you, your home, your beautiful home that you furnished. He did not help that.
I know.
And now here you are, you know, it's like, I don't want you in that position. I never wanted you in that position. I wanted you to have Marlo. I wanted you to have shelter. I wanted you to have a job and friends. And I didn't want Charles to be in jail either. But like, this was all such a clusterfuck of drugs.
I know. It really was. And, you know, another thing, I had like a reckoning of a lifetime, to be honest with you guys. Like, I had a reckoning of a lifetime where, like, I don't know if, like, I, like, this sounds so out there, but I, like I said, on Christmas, I used, and basically what happened was, God, like, struck me down from the heavens is the only way I can explain it. And he was like, I had an experience where they were like, God gives you free will. And they were like, this is your free will, and you're using your free will. And they were like, so
Yeah.
it was wild. And I was like, I'm getting chills talking about this. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And it was like, and they were like, this is what these people said. They were like, they were like, you asked for this. It was almost like a life review. It's the only way I can explain it. And so it was intense, but it was a reckoning of a lifetime. I mean, to say the least.
Marissa, you've been doing drugs since you were 14. How do you think you can help yourself going forward? Because you need professional help.
I mean, I realized that God does give us free will. Like he said, like that whole experience will stick with me. Okay, I took the Greyhound bus across the country, and they were having a drug party on there. People offered me coke. Some guy said he just got out of rehab and was offering me Seroquel to go to sleep. And I'm thinking, this could be pressed fentanyl. You know, like, and hey, I'm not going to judge anybody. I'm not going to give anybody a hard time. It's not my place, but I'm going to keep my nose clean. And that's what, and I've done just that. I don't need to. God does give you free will, and so I cannot. And this is a gift. Like, my life is a gift. Sobriety is a gift, and this is a real second chance to do good with my life. And so, you know, just I'm definitely I'm strong enough. I don't, you know. I now that I'm not on these pharmaceutical weird things, you know, I'm finally back to just like stability in my, like, I'm not freaking out. I'm not scared. I'm not running. I'm not like bouncing all over the country or doing mad, crazy things. And, you know, I don't judge people for being in their process, but I have just going forward, I'm not going to be doing drugs. Like, for me, that doesn't affect me well, you know, and I know that now.
I'm really proud of you, girl. And I know it's going to be it's not so easy to say that. Every day is a struggle. Every day is a fight. Every day is new, right?
Right. Every day is new. It's a complete, honestly, like, it gets easier every day that goes. I don't even think about using. I'm really grateful. I am so grateful. I don't crave, like, drugs.
How is that possible when you've been using drugs since you were 14? You've only been clean a month. Not even. So just don't get too cocky, girl. Don't go. You've got to fight every day as if it's new.
You know, you're right. I totally agree. But I just am really staying strong through all of this.
That is so incredible.
Like I said, that reckoning of a lifetime that I had on Christmas was like divine intervention, is what I can only call it. You know, and I will
explain that. Explain what you mean.
It was like divine intervention. Like it was divine intervention. That's the only way. That's like, it was intervention from, like, just, I don't know how to explain. There's no explaining this. But yeah, I've been, you know, I'm really interested in like 3-Eye Atlas and all this stuff. And I've been doing a lot of work. I've been researching. There's this book that I got called the Sophia Code. And it talks about a lot of what my dad.
Sophia?
Yeah.
That's my name I use to communicate with Charles in jail.
Really?
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Weird.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So, I actually have been
What is the Sophia code?
So, if you know about like that, when I was like 15, I don't know how this gets really out there, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. So when I was like a young girl, open contact, I guess, with like UFOs and other ancient alien races, etc. Made contact with me when I was young, and then when I got older, when I was, I think, 18, yeah, they made contact with me again. And now that 3i Atlas came, ever since I'm getting chills. This is so wild. So ever since 3i Atlas came, I've been doing a lot of just remembering, I guess, is the only way. Like, my dad telling me all about and showing me, like, he made sure I was very well cultured. Like, he brought me to the Mayan ruins, and then he brought me to Scotland when I was a kid, all these different, and then he taught me how to swim, and like, he took all this extra time with me that he did not with any of his other children. And then I found the emeralds of Thoth. The Galactic Confederation, or the Galactic Federation, or they call it the Divine Council of Light. It's like, it's all related to like ancient alien civilizations. And so this sounds so out there. I don't care anymore. This is the honest to God truth. So so basically it has to do with like bloodlines, etc., from ancient bloodlines. And so my dad, when he passed away, I remember there's like, when he passed away, I felt like what only explained as like I was on DMT or something, like naturally, and everything was like extra beautiful and bright, and I could see these colors that I had never truly seen before. And it was right after, it was like his spirit entered my body. And looking back, and I didn't remember like that until more recently. And then so I just like kept like living life for a couple of years, but it all culminated, I guess is the best word to use, I've been having these dreams all the time about Thoth, it was like this, and then there's a which has to do with the ancient Egyptian pyramids, etc. And then And so basically my dad is in direct bloodline with that whole entire, even back to ancient Hermeticism, with the ancient Greeks. I mean, the bloodlines all kind of, anyways. So I can only say, like, I had like a meeting with Thoth was what happened. Was like the truth of it all on Christmas. It was like Thoth was channeled through these people and speaking directly to me, because I've activated my like genome in my DNA. I've done the DNA work to activate my DNA to be a receiver, right, for the Sophia code. And so, and that's like the other half of Thoth is Sophia. So yeah, and like I said, it's all been divine intervention of epic proportions. And they basically Thoth himself, right, which is kind of like it all, like Jesus Christ trained under these people, all these different things. So also Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Isis of ancient Egypt, Hathor of Sirius Star Nation, all this stuff. So, yeah, I had a direct meeting basically with self, and then it sounds really crazy, but it's true. It's just the honest to God truth. And so, and basically he told me to come back here. It's really important to come back here too. He basically said that in other words, and that he said whatever. So, and it's divine intervention is the best way to explain it. And I feel like Charles and I have this connection that surpasses any type of human understanding that can only be that's why it is so intense. And yeah.
No, it makes sense to me.
Yes. I think that that's why I'm being really careful what I put in my body, because I realize I have whatever I do to myself has a direct impact on other people. And I didn't even realize that. I had no idea. I had such a limited awareness. But now, and I will say, this divine council of light, or the galactic federation of light, whatever you want to call them, they're here. They've been here. They've lived among us for many thousands of years, and so, yeah, it's been a trip. And, everything, I know that Charles knows a lot about this. And so, like I said, I'm able to channel light language. I'm able to channel all this stuff, right, that just comes out, pours out of me. It's sign language, but it's ancient. And so it's basically a way to write reality or code reality. And so what I'm just doing is trying to stay stable and safe, because my body is being used as a direct receiver and transmitter for all this stuff. So my dad had always, I have a picture with him as a kid, and I was holding the Pocahontas. It was a Disney movie, Pocahontas, and they talk about you can own the earth, and still all you own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind. And then that's when I really realized all of this stuff is so deeply connected into my lineage, but it's and so, yeah, it's been a trip. And I have been there's these divine beings of light on spaceships. They come by my room. I swear to God, this is really happening. This is not, I am totally sober. But I can see things and hear things that maybe the person who's in a denser state cannot. When I looked outside, I resurrected Lumeria, with the light Lumeria, and I know this sounds really insane, but I had to do it because it was a timing thing, and with the astrology and all this stuff. So, but on the way back here, I was just looking out the window, and I was watching, and there was these beautiful in the clouds and in the sky. It was all these dragons and these whales, and it was being on DMT permanently without having to even get high. So it's I don't know how to explain it. And I also have a birthmark on my like skull, like my head, right? The tip of my head, like it's like. And my dad had always like made jokes like, oh, you came from aliens or so, like just like different things over the years. But I have this birthmark right on my crown chakra. And so, yeah, it's been a trip.
I kind of understand it.
Well,
No,
I believe you, honey. I think
No.
you are in tap. I think you are very spiritual, and nobody can judge you on that because it's a connection that is beyond human. Okay. So don't doubt yourself, but also you have to be accountable for your past accusations.
Yes, absolutely.
And I know that's going to be hard to do.
No, I'm absolutely ready.
But I think that you deserve to have proper care.
Thank you.
How are you going to get that?
And I think that you and Charles do have a rough road ahead of you.
Figure it out. I'm going to try to.
The state of Virginia should supply that to you. You had it
Right.
before. You need to get on it again, just so you have a consistency in your life. Medication and psychiatric counseling.
I totally agree. And so I just don't want to get back on any psych meds. Like it's not good for my system.
Well,
like,
I don't think you're judging it correctly because you were on psychiatric medication from a guy who is subscribing to you online. This is something you have to like go in the office on a monthly basis. And you haven't had that in a very long time.
Right. No, I totally agree. And I'm not going to tell this to like anybody. Like everything I just said is like kind of like I said, it was just a reckoning of a lifetime. I just want to do the right things going forward and make the right choices for myself, and others.
You need to be able to, like what you just described, you need to be able to manage it.
And it is going to be a tough road, Marissa.
I totally agree. And ever since I stopped, since I stopped, what do we call it?
I think you were misdiagnosed for a long time, Marissa.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just about coming, like, I haven't even gone outside. Like, I've just been really just trying to just, get back on track and do the right things and, come back down to earth because, like I said, that whole reckoning of a lifetime and what I think was divine intervention, it was only, it's like a second chance to really do this again and do my life right and not, I guess, get strung out and make terrible choices and treat other people inhumanely and just treat myself with respect and treat my fellow
I don't think you treated people inhumanely. I think you were misguided and you were going on self-protection. That's a huge, it's just different. This is not a normal, typical thing that you experience with trolls invading in your life and crossing the line and calling the DA's office, talking to you on the phone, telling you it's what happened was this, was that. It's very, very confusing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So I definitely think I lost my marbles a little bit. I just went crazy, and I think anybody would under pressure like that. So I'm getting back down to my baseline of just not going nuts.
Well, I think
is Olga still on the phone?
Olga, are you still here? I think she's having connection problems. Hold on a minute. Olga.
No, I can hear you.
Why can't I hear her?
I don't know.
Olga? Say something now.
Say something.
There she is. Okay.
Oh my God, I've been trying. I've been trying to talk for 15 minutes. I
Oh,
understand all the spiritual stuff you're saying. Boy, I could really go into some of that about UFOs and stuff like that. But another time, I just want you to know whatever you and Charles do and what y'all work out and what you plan, it is still going to be a tough road ahead. Like y'all have some tough times to go through.
And that's
'Cause it's
life,
like,
girl. That's life.
yeah, it's like starting over.
As long as him and I just stay on the correct path together, do the right things and work as a team, that's all I want. I mean, I could, like I said, I would be okay if I like just was in a car with him. Like honestly, I of course I want more for us, you know, but it's like at the end of the day,
You will have more.
things.
Don't worry about that.
Thanks. I mean, it's just the little things that matter in life, truly. Like, and at the end of the day, I felt at home. I did. There's this like I had this feeling of just being at home in his arms. And it's like I'm trying to just I feel at home now, but it's like, you know, I realized at the end of and I
Well,
think
he became your family. That he became your family. That's what happened.
Right. And so it's like I realized that like at the end of the day, it's the little things in life that matter, like love and respect and family, you know, and it's the little thing. It's not about a Mercedes. It's not about, you know, at the yeah, those are nice, but you know, I could give a crap less about them. If I don't have my true love here, like it's not. That's why I made the decision, honestly, to come back and fix this, is because against whatever society had to say, against what the internet had to say, against what all madness had to say, you know, about it, I recognized that love and family is truly the most important things in this world.
Well, the internet definitely doesn't matter, nor strangers. What matters is you and Charles. And, you know, it might be a tough road ahead, starting a new life. And I know sometimes it's hard to, when you get depressed or you have anxiety or you've had a fight with him, it's so easy to want to reach out and grab a Xanax or a Percocet or something like that to escape and numb yourself and feel better. And it's so easy to fall back in that trap. Or you and Charles say, well, we'll just do it this one time this weekend to celebrate. And then it just spirals out of control from there. So I think Kale said she had to tinkle. She'll be right back. I think y'all have
guys too. Like I realize like friendship, like true friendship, like between Kale and I, etc. Like you know, and like you guys are so important too. Like seriously, I love you guys as well, and I'm so sorry again.
Well, I'm not really that important. I've been just screwed over. All of us, a few of us have been screwed over by a couple of people, and we were going on stuff. But Kale, yeah, anytime I've ever talked to her, she would say, you know, I loved Marissa. Like, I loved her. And I think that Charles probably played tug of war and played games. The thing y'all need to concentrate on the most, spirituality, and not falling back into the drug thing. And I think y'all would be amazing. You're creative, you're smart. If you decided to do something on the internet, you could come back long from now on a different platform where nobody knows you. I think the internet just needs to forget y'all for a while, because they don't matter. It's been nuts. I'm sure Kale will go into it more with you.
Well, now you both have my number, and like I'm so glad we reconnected, and I really care about the both of you. And you know, anytime, I think going forward, anytime like we hear anything, let's just like consult with each other instead of, you know, like that's a big huge lesson, and I really do care about you guys, and I don't want you worried, sick, or anything like that. I mean, I really, it's going to be okay.
Yes, because I'm an open book. Kel's an open book. I'll tell you who the bad ones are. I mean, they've made up so many lies about me, Marissa. I've been through it. I know who they are. I know the games they played. They blame stuff on you. It's just, yeah, it's always better to just go to Kel, ask her. She will tell you. She will fill you in. And again, like if you and Charles get out and y'all have your first fight, separate, take a break for an hour, come back and talk like I told Charles when he says, "Well, I'm addicted to chaos." I'm like, "Well, that's immature and childish. It's time to grow up. It's time to grow up and have a little boring." You know what I mean?
Right. And I think honestly, I don't know what, like, I think we've both had serious realizations that, like, so I can't tell you how much I appreciate stability and like the small little things in life now, like a basic shower and some good food. I mean, hey, I think that that's enough to like make me happy for a very long time. It's like, it's really truly the little things in life. I don't need to get, a bunch of, we both had ego issues. We both are addicted to drama and just,
and you both are very talented. So there needs to be a way for you both to maneuver ahead on how to deal with social media instead of having the same dirt following you. Like,
oh, no more drama.
Yeah.
And I mean,
and I'm totally staying off of it. And he said he wants to stay off of it, and and he just wants to get married and just do our own thing, and that would be, I would be so happy, So that's kind of the goal, and I really appreciate the both of you so much for bearing with us through all of this just chaos. I'm so sorry. Again, I really care about the both of you, and I'm just grateful. And Kale, I care about you so much, and I hope that you're doing well. And I was just thinking about your dad, and I mean, how is everything going with you? Enough about me.
Oh, my parents are doing okay.
Okay.
They're older. It is what it is. But thank you for asking. They're okay.
Okay.
It's just the position in life, like I want to be there for my parents. They mean everything to me, and I know from your story how precarious life is, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely. And it all goes back to like the little things like love and family,
Yeah. I mean, when I lose my parents, like my entire family is on the other side of the world in a different country. So losing my parents to me is like losing everything. So I'll kind of be in that position of like losing your mom and dad. But I think you had like step siblings. I don't have that. Like my whole family is in Australia, and I don't plan on moving there. So
right.
But they're healthy. Yeah, we're stable.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Thank you for asking about them. I appreciate that very much.
Of course. And how's your dogs doing?
Oh, they're Caton de Tuileries, as you know. They're loud and hard to please. But they're okay. We'll see how it goes. I mean, they're 13. They're much older than Marlo.
Oh.
Marlo is like, is he 5?
He's like 5 now. That's wild. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still very young. When they're 13, they're very in their ways, like an old man. So they're difficult.
Yeah, so you can't teach an old dog new tricks or something.
You can't. One day you'll meet them, girl. One day you'll meet them. We'll be on the road. Hopefully this year we'll be on the road with them, and that bloody van. We'll see how that works, that RV.
That's awesome. That is so cool.
It's a dream. We'll see if it comes. Not all dreams come true. I might scrap it tomorrow. There's I make I'd make 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. That's a building. Such as life, right? It doesn't matter what. And this is like no exception. It's an expensive, frustrating adventure. And many days I want to quit, but other days I'm like, I got to see this through. Just at least get on the road for a fucking month. I don't know. Like, this has been 2 years.
Wow.
Yes.
You'll do it. You'll get it done.
You will. That sounds beautiful. I mean, I actually had rewatched the movie Into the Wild.
Oh yeah.
That's a really, really, really beautiful movie. And it's like based on a book, but what a cool thing to do. And I thought about you and your van and van life and everything, like not like the like low astral van life, like it's like actual van life, not like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Not IP2 van life.
Well, you made a good point. Life is surrounding yourself with beauty, and that doesn't necessarily mean like Kim Kardashian bullshit. Because I'm telling you, Marissa, I have money and I'm not happy. So it's not always about material things or having a lot. I mean, they're nice, don't get me wrong, and it's nice to know you can pay your bills and you'll be okay. But even just the simplest
connections.
Yeah, beauty. Just picking a flower and putting it in a vase in a small little apartment that you have. Beautiful music. Making a beautiful meal.
Your twin eagle.
Yes.
And I really want to see Charles thrive too, because he's a big problem. It's just.
I know. He's kind of his own nemesis,
Mm-hmm. So he has a lot of work to do. He really does.
Maybe that's your position, to help balance that. And he has a position in your life too. You both are polarizing personalities. You both are very talented. You have lots to offer. You're not limited. It's the drugs that created that illusion.
You're right. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I have so much faith in you, Marissa, and you just have to find the way to crack the iceberg, You can do it.
And there's so many creative things you can do. Like, I was under the impression when you were in Virginia Beach and you had a job, I didn't know you were walking dogs. I thought you were working for a party planner and you were going to go to kids' parties and be a mermaid one day or a princess one day.
Real estate, girl. You could sell a mansion.
Well, interest rates are bad right now, but
yeah, like, but Olga, wouldn't she be amazing in real estate? Hello.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you could do. Creative things, interesting things.
I wasn't going to kid party. I don't know who told you that. That's wild. But no, I had a job as a dog sitter, and then my dog I was doing pet sitting and I was staying clean, and then like I said, my mailbox got hit up, and then all this other shit. So I had to leave. And so but basically,
can you start the pet sitting again? That would be actually perfect.
Yes. Yeah. I just, like I said, I'm trying to figure out something kind of here closer. Like there's a job at the hotel, the Marissa Hotel.
Good.
Which is not. It's like it's like a quick walk from here where I'm at. So I'm going to reach out to them tomorrow and see
you have all those waterfront motels and hotels to work in. We talked about that a long time ago. There is nothing that you can't like blend in and excel in. You know, you
Thank
have
you.
a lot of blessings and talents. You know, you're very, very good with public.
Thank you.
You
Thank
know,
you.
and you've got a beautiful way of conversing with others in a respectable way. You have a lot of class that goes really well when it comes to communication and concierge, you know, public relations. 100%. That's a natural.
Thank you. And that's what I was also thinking about too. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I was, you know, my dad and parents raised me that way. And I was thinking, like, I was not raised to act like a hood rat and run around the streets. You know, like
No,
hunting
that's not you.
That's not me.
That's not you at
No,
all.
Marissa, it's your spirituality is crying out loud for you to live in beauty, not
I
the
mean,
hood rat thing.
what Michelle created, why can't you create that? I can see that 100%.
Down the road, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to help other people, and even, you know, and just in a more anonymous format of, you know, if I ever have the chance to, like, you know, fund like a place to help people, you know, etc. And just like, because I've walked through a lot, and so just to help people going forward, you know, not make and help future generations to come and set an example for the future generations to not make these mistakes that I made. You know, it's kind of a huge goal for me, is to be a good example for younger generation.
And you don't want to come back in the next life and repeat the cycle.
God, no.
Because I sure don't want to come back and repeat this one. So you just y'all need to have dreams, but start small. First of all, you need to get under Charles's get under Charles's dad's roof. And when Charles gets out, y'all just small goals, little small goals. You don't have to race for it.
No,
Y'all just
there's nothing wrong with taking small steps. That's how you get there.
You got it. Would you maybe, if Charles says that he's going to call his dad and tomorrow morning, but I maybe like tomorrow morning we could try calling Andrew.
I'm definitely going to make a phone call to your father, and then I will make a phone call to Andrew. And I do need to do that because I was very concerned about you coming back into Charles' life. You know, I was, but now, you know, you are clean, and a lot of epiphanies have been revealed tonight.
Yeah,
I think that you and Charles, no matter what, are probably always going to be connected.
I agree.
Yeah, like, I agree. I don't know if you want to call it twin eagles or twin flames, but I mean, you two need to work on it together to not be so volatile and toxic. I mean, there's no reason to have that. And I think that reason was the drugs.
It totally was the drugs, because, like I said, everything was wonderful.
Yeah, when you had all that money, you created a home in the in that condo. I don't want to call it the Tower of Doom, because it wasn't. It was a beautiful apartment. You beautifully designed it, and the drugs created the cracks that made it go to ruin. And here you are, right? The drugs. It had nothing to do with what you did. It had to do with what you used.
Right.
It destroyed me, Marissa. It destroyed me for a year. I wasn't doing, you know, street drugs or anything like that, but I was going through a really hard time, and I was sedating myself with Xanax, 2 or 3 lines of coke a day, and it caused not as much havoc as it did with you or Charles, but it causes havoc. And it's
Right.
just that's my biggest wish, is that you never pick it up again. And I know it's hard.
You.
So
It'll be a lifelong battle, girl. Don't trick yourself. You have to be on top of it every day.
Thank you.
yeah.
I said I have that reckoning of a lifetime, like it's seared into my soul. Like I anytime I even, like I said, I'm off the vape now. Like it was like
Amazing.
Yeah, so like I'm really taking it very seriously, and I do believe that like Charles and I are souls like this merged or something, and because I do have dreams. I had a
You
dream.
always said that, Marissa. You always have said that about you two.
It's true. It's true. They did. I just recognize in his eyes somewhere something that just, you know, it was a certain recognition. And so I started actually having dreams about his childhood. Like I literally had dreams of like what he went through, but from his like mother's perspective. I mean, this is some trippy stuff, but
No,
like,
it's not. Because you know what?
We're all spiritual.
You two could be here together to learn all these dozens of lessons off of each other. And I'm telling you, he even said to me while he was in there, he said, I keep having these dreams. She's in the Tower of Doom. She's up there. She's waiting for me to get home. I'm haunted by her. Haunted. I will never be free of her. I will never, she says, I will never be able to get away from Marissa. She haunts me. I'm dreaming. I love her. I can't help it. And so there's obviously some big connection there. And y'all are here to learn these lessons and rise above the bad.
You're a partnership.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh, this like makes so much sense. And I realized that too. That's why I immediately came back. It's like, because I was like, if I can run, you know, to a different country, whatever, but it'll always be him. You know, it's always been him. My true love, like it's always been him. So it's like I need to stop running from myself and in my other half there. So I really appreciate you guys understanding. And again, I'm staying off the internet, and regardless of what anybody else has to say, there's nothing that is going to shake me, or, you know, I've really learned about responding instead of reacting, etc. And just not getting it doesn't take a lot to, you quote unquote, trigger me these days, you know.
No,
and
it's not all words with you. Like you're living it. You're actually you're breathing it, you're living it, you're feeling it. It's not words. You're dealing with the hard shit, you know, whether it's food.
And we're learning stuff about ourselves too. Like, I don't need to get triggered. I need to stop trusting people and believing everything they say. I don't need to get triggered and say things to stupid ass trolls and make videos, like stupid videos, like they're just strangers. I've learned so much about myself in the past year.
That's because of you, Marissa, because of your story has trickled down to our own lives. Like
absolutely
understanding or connecting to your story, or it's somebody in your realm that's communicating with us. Yeah, we are having our own epiphanies, I guess it's the way to say.
Yes. I mean, I was just triggered the other day commenting about this thing, and then I kept deleting it, and then I finally deleted them all, and I said enough, because these epiphanies are happening to me, and it is because of this whole, and Kale can fill you in more as time goes on about the trolls and how I reacted to it, and how I was having panic attacks and driving her crazy. She can fill you in more on all that stuff, but there's been a lot of learning.
No, you never drove me crazy. We are all in this, we are all in this together.
We are.
It's like we go forward with honest intentions and love and respect, and there's always going to be a nefarious line that's beyond our comprehension because we don't plan it. And that's online communication. That's trolls. That's impersonators. And you never, ever expect it, ever.
Especially from a close friend. Yeah.
Yeah, this is somebody in your close realm. I can understand how you would be suspicious of the people close to you, although not me, Marissa, but I can understand how somebody can turn me against you. Although, girl, I'll love you to the end. I'll love you to the end, Marissa.
I love you too, Kale. I always will love you, and I'm so sorry about this. And again, from the bottom of my heart, and I really, really appreciate you both talking to me. And I cherish our friendship, you know, and I really, really am gonna protect it and not listen to anybody's bullshit, you know.
Yeah, no expiration date, girl. Yeah. Like no expiration date. We've been there with you since California, and we love you.
I love you too. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad that y'all have worked this out, because, or come to more, an understanding about it, because Kale really did she was diehard loyal, and I'm just glad y'all. I don't know you very well, Marissa, but it was shitty of me to go on and say shitty things without having evidence in front of me that people were telling me. Like, I was asking for it, but they never sent it. It was crazy.
I can say this about Olga. Like, she is a loyal friend. She will come to your back. She will bat for you. And then when she realizes the larger story, or if somebody's been holding something from her, boom, she reconciles it fast. Like, yeah, she is a ride or die, 100,000%. I love her.
Thank you.
You guys are both amazing, and that's another thing. Like, I totally realized out of all this is loyalty. That's a huge lesson that I also learned too. Is about, you know, like that word is just it's a powerful word, and just, you know, so I again appreciate. And I am not a big. We all get misguided, and it's about how quickly we can, you know, pick ourselves back up and move on and do the right things going forward. And
it's difficult when you have a lot of voices. You know, you have familiar voices, you have unfamiliar voices, but I don't know, different colors, right? They're all coming after you. They're all familiar. You just don't know how to gauge which is more sincere than the other. That's internet.
And then when you're in a group of friends, and there'll be a moment where I'm like, I'm having a little bit of empathy for Charles. No, today I'm not. I have a little bit of empathy for Marissa. I can understand that. And they all say, no, we hate her. Or this, like, it can be, it's so fucking difficult dynamic.
It's a battle, the ebbs and flows, just like the waves of the ocean. But then you have other people that might have hidden agendas. Whoever thinks that? But you experienced that. You fled Virginia, listening to people who you thought you could trust, and they ended up being liars. Like, listen, don't ever beat yourself up for that. It's so hard to gauge reality from truth with online communication and connections. I don't know, girl.
I know. I totally understand. I'm not even about like, and like, there's so much else that needs to, like, that's another thing I realized, like, the beauty of life, like, outside of a screen.
Yeah.
Like, I've been honestly, I did like, I truly, I enjoy like watching like Reba now. I feel like an old person, but it's like, it's like the little things, and then going outside for walks in nature and just these beautiful things. And you see all these people just like glued to their phones.
Yeah.
And it's just, I used to be one of those people. I couldn't.
All of us.
Right.
It's hard to live in the moment, because in the moment we could die tomorrow. That mortality is really hard to like face, right? Like, nobody thinks they're going to die in the next minute. It's impossible to think that way.
Right.
But to live each day as if it's your last, that's the goal.
Right. And that's honestly kind of what I like, the reckoning of a lifetime. I think I realized too was like, it's the little things like love and family and loyalty and consistency that matters, but also like joy and
friendship,
friendship and connection and just the
real
authentic.
And I'll say this, like, I think Jenny is one of those to try to make it work, even though I know she has a lot of animosity towards Charles, but if you could kind of massage it, she is a winner.
I tried, like, I know she's wonderful. She's a great person, but like I tried having them. She is not a fan of Charles. Like, I don't know. I'll try
slowly. Try slowly, because she is a quality person for sure.
I know.
And she's there.
I know. Thank you. And I did talk to her, and I know she's very, very worried. And I'll say
this though. Charles fucking hates her, and I don't know why he hates her.
I'm not trying to like, I can keep my circle small for now, and like, that's really, I'm not looking to expand it. I'm trying to keep a real low profile. So
build from the beginning. There's no shame in that. There's no problem in that. But Charles does have a problem with Jenny. I understand why, right? But she is a quality person, and I don't know. I need you both, as I have always said. I need you both to make friends.
Yes, definitely. I've like, it's so weird. I don't know how to explain it, but like a lot of these traits that Charles had, like his good qualities, I guess you could say, where like my dad used to say to me these same things, like, you will be lucky if you, when you die, have 5 real good people in your life that you can count on. The rest you call acquaintances, and my dad had tons of acquaintances.
Wise words.
Right. Very. And he used to also say, you are who you surround yourself with.
I say that all the time.
True.
Olga can attest to that. If you hang around with garbage, you start to stink.
Oh, it's true. So, that's why I was like, I'm not a hoodlum. I don't come from the streets. I wasn't raised that way. So I gotta do better. And so a lot of these mentalities that he had or has, for better, or it's definitely for better. It's in responding instead of reacting, etc. All this stuff it's almost like grown into my own like personality. It's wild.
Charles? Like Charles?
Yeah, like he taught me a lot about, sometimes they say like your biggest teachers in life, like I don't know if he was actively like aware that he was doing that. But like sometimes like the biggest teachers in your life can be some of like your greatest like obstacles. And so but I've noticed I've taken on a lot of his mannerisms. It's bizarre, but anyways, I'm gonna just leave it there, guys. I really appreciate and love you both. And Kale, let me know once you talk to
I'll call them tomorrow, honey.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
And if you have a question or need me, I'm here too, Marissa.
Marissa, do you have Olga's contact information?
I do. Okay, so yes, and you have my number as well. So, and I guess going forward, if you guys have any questions, don't consult the trolls. Just ask me.
All right. Well, I'm so glad we talked, and you sound so good.
I know you do. You sound so amazing.
Thank you. And I'm glad that you guys are, doing well. And I hope that you both feel good after talking. I'm really glad that we reconnected. I'm very, very grateful.
Same.
Thank you for being open to it.
Same.
Oh, of course. All right. Well, y'all two talk tomorrow. I know Kill is different time zone, so I don't know when she'll be up, but
yeah, Olga is on the East Coast with you, sweetie. She's the same as like Virginia Beach area.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Because they are asking me to check out of here, I think at 11 tomorrow. I'm hoping that the California, like the GR comes in tomorrow, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll update you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
all right, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, have a good sleep.
Yeah, sweetie.
All right, you too. Good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
All right.
Bye.